Good morning. Let's do sports now on the AM show. My name is Haruna Mubarak. We start at the Africa Cup of Nations, where the Black Stars enter a do-or-die scenario in their final group game tonight against Mozambique. The team has 1 point from a possible 6, which makes today's game a must-win. My colleague Muftar Nabila Abdullahi was at the team's final training session yesterday and came through with this report.
All players are available for selection on Monday. That is so far what we have witnessed at the training grounds as the Black Stars prepare for that make or break encounter against Mozambique on Monday. It is a game that will define Ghana's future in this year's African Cup of Nations. Majuda Shimeru, who was pulled out of that game against Egypt on Thursday, he's here training with his colleagues. Chris Hughton earlier on Sunday had mentioned that the technical team will assess the fitness level of Majuda Shimeru and make a determination as to whether he will be part of that team that would play on Monday against Mozambique.
The update on Majid is that we are still assessing him, but the signs are good. He will train today, and the signs are good that he will be fine. And this was a situation in the game where we had to bring him off. He'd received a kick in training before that, and a consequence of that meant as he started to get into the latter part of the game, he was feeling it.
Apart from that, Chris Hughton had also spoken about the expectations of many Ghanaians who are hoping that this team would not exit the competition like they did in Cameroon in 2021.
I think there is always a pressure going into this tournament because we are the Black Stars. I accept the first part of your question that potentially going into this tournament, the expectations maybe were not as high as in previous years. So this I accept. But for all of these questions and for any question that anybody asks about pressure now, we have to use that as motivation. And the players have to use that as motivation, and I would like to think that after the first performance, we always know there will be criticism if we don't get the results that we want, and I would like to think that the team use that in a positive way. And if the expectations are perhaps lower this tournament than they have been in previous tournaments, then exactly the same. We have to use this as motivation to make sure that we succeed in what our ambitions are.
Dennis Odoi, who spoke to the media at a pre-match press conference on Sunday, had mentioned that on match day 1, the players did not cover their lines so much, and he says it is important that everyone responds to the issues that they had on match day 1 and ensure that there's success on Monday against Mozambique.
I think, after the first game, there were obviously some issues that needed to be sorted, and I think if we look at the second game, that was already much better. I'm thinking like in the first game we had some issues with players being available between the lines. I think in the second game we were more compact, so there was less space for Egypt to find the players in between the lines, and also if the lines are closer to one another, it's easier to press and you can be more aggressive. If the lines are far apart, then you always get caught in between. So I think like off the ball against Mozambique, we'll need to do the same thing.
A win for Ghana against Mozambique is non-negotiable. Chris Hughton and his boys are aware. Millions of Ghanaians are expectant. Even neutrals are expectant because they believe Ghana must always be there when it matters most. Muftar Nabila Abdullahi reporting for Joy Sports.
Ahead of the big game, Ghana's 1978 AFCON winner, Willie Kluche, has warned the players against individualism According to him, unity is the attribute needed to win the game.
That the team can do is the playing body themselves will come together, talk to themselves, and promise themselves that the whole nation is looking up to us. So we have to do well to put smile on people's face and to let people believe in us. Playing the game and making a name for yourself is not enough. You have to keep the performance always at the high point, in the sense that at the end of the day, even if you have stopped playing, people can remember you in a certain particular situation and classify you as a great player because you did something in a particular match and you brought smile to their faces. So leaving a mark in the game is very, very important. And I believe that is what they're supposed to do in the coming matches. They should leave a legacy so that one day when they stop playing, they can refer to them based on the performance they put up in a particular game or in a particular tournament. So right now, the best thing for them to do is to talk to themselves, minus the coaches and the technical team or the management of the team. The playing bodies themselves, the captain have to organize that meeting and talk to themselves, to be frank to themselves that, Charlie, people are expecting more from us than what we are putting up there. And self-ego and those things must be buried. And teamwork must play a role now.